Hello and welcome to Advanced Excel. In today's session we will learn how to apply totals to the chart so that the totals will change dynamically. I am Sanjay Gandhi. We'll go through the steps of learning the charts with the totals in 3 examples: column chart, stack chart and pie chart. Let's start with the first example. I've got the value here for 70 and 80. 70 and 80, total 150. So if I change the value here, for example, and make it 90 or 100, then this should become 170 here, and this should become 170 as well. Enter. That's 170, and you can see it goes up and the value picks up automatically. Along with the bar height, the total also shifts up automatically. So we'll learn about how to create a column chart with the total shortly. The next example goes for a stack chart, and that's a link over there. In stack chart, you can notice over here I've got Sydney and Mumbai as my places over here, and the east, south, west and north values appearing down over here. So if I make a change here for 60 and 50 amounting to 110 over here, I can then try, for example, to make it 70. This should become 130, and this should also become 130 dynamically over here. Enter, and you can notice that this becomes 130 dynamically over here. So that's the example for the stack chart. We'll learn shortly. Let's go to the next link, and that is a pie chart. In the given example, you can notice there's a value 300 available over here. If I make the south entry here, which is 90 to 100, for example, this should become 310. So I'll make this as 100 and press enter now. This should become 100 and this should become 310. Enter, and the effect shows very clearly over here. Let us now try to create these charts with the totals. So on the other sheet I've got the data set available. I'll go to that sheet now and try to create the charts with the total. The first example is a column chart over here. So I click in the table over here and press Alt F1 to create the chart. Shift the chart in the designated area, then hold the Alt key and use the resize buttons to align the chart with the cell borders over here. Now this shows the total over here amounting to this bar, and these bars show the total for given sets over here. We start with the title first. Click on the title, go to the formula bar, equal to, and the title here, and press enter. This becomes dynamic. So if I go and change here, for example, to 19, this becomes 19 as well. And now we go for the totals. Right click on the gray bar over here and change the series chart type. The new window appears. This displays the charts applicable to Lisa and Vihan and the total over here, which is clustered column right now, and I must change the last one, total, to line with markers. As I do that line with markers over here, I see the same effect coming over here as well. I can now double click this to open the formats page, and this shows me the series here. We go to the series here and no line, and then to the marker option. Pick up the built-in option over here, and the type can be changed to a bar, and the size of the bar can be 50. Press enter. Cross that. I need to plot my figures in this bar now. Click on chart elements, data labels, and use the center option, and then click on the series now, data labels, inside end, and same goes for this also, and we close chart elements. We've got the chart totals now, and these are working fine. So we click on the legend over here, reselect the total item over there and delete that, and you can notice that this is now working fine. 70 and 90, 70 and 90, 160. If I make a change here, for example, to 100, this becomes 170. So in case you are good to do with the totals over here which amount to the real access values also and match with the real access values, you can leave it as it is. But in case you want to reduce the gap here and you're more interested in the series values only and the total shows right over here, you can then reduce the gap. For that, we'll need to position these a little down, and you can notice that I want the highest bar and then the gap and then the total coming over here. That means I can pick up the maximum value from the two values as my total value with the gap. So I can select the column, shift it towards right, do a copy, and that becomes my position. Mark a selection, go for max value of these two, plus 10, so that there is some gap available. Control Enter to apply to entire column. Applied. But this points out to this particular column, so I will select this cell over here. This selects all of these totals available, and now I can shift the total source data towards left, and this goes to position, and this works absolutely fine with the gap available. Going here, we've lost the totals as the values because we changed these, so we can have the labels again and apply and center, and that's done. And now we can format the chart accordingly. So I go to the format option, shape fill, take fill as this option. The axis colors have changed because they are lighter now. We'll make a change shortly, no problem. Select this for example, apply the format, effects, shadow, here. Click the series, press F4 again the series, F4 again, and we're done with the shadows over here. And now we click in the center of the chart so that all the fonts are duly selected, and we simply go to select the font over here and make it white color. You can see all the fonts have got white color right now, and this is fairly effective now. If I now go for example to this value and make a change to 90 for example, 70 and 90, 160, the total should come over here. And that shows 100 and this shows 160. So I need to correct these options over here, so I will get my real values. In order to get that, what we can do is we can go to the labels over here, go for more options, and now take value from cells. As we take value from cells, we get these options over here and choose these, then click OK, and now uncheck on the value because that also shows up over here. I get the real values now. You can notice that the total is now showing correctly. So if I now make a change here, for example, 90 plus 50 for example should be 140 over here. 90 plus 50 is 140 over here, and that shows fine. So if I make this for example as 70, this becomes 160, and this also should become 160 over here. Enter. This is 160. The totals are clearly shown over here with the updated values. This is the column chart with the dynamic totals. As we change the base values here, for example, the totals change automatically, shifting my bar upwards. Let's move to the stack bar. A link over there. Click in the center of the table, insert option, 2D column chart, and a stack bar shows in. Click on that. Position the chart where you want to position. Resize again, for example, to match with cell borders. and that shows absolutely fine, matching all around. For example, again we go for chart title equal to, and the title well managed over here. Taken the total bar now, let's right click the total bar here, change series start type and change this to line with markers. Appears fine. Okay. As I get my labels over here, they'll sit right on the bar here, which I must change. So let me try to double click that, open this series now, go for this, have no line and none markers. Clear that. Select the chart, elements, data label, and we take center, chart elements off, and now you can see I've got my totals available over here, but these are sitting right on the second series over here, which should not be the case. No problem. We can select the labels over here and then right click the same, go for change data label shapes and apply the down arrow over here as the call out option, and that works fine. If I now open, for example, the format cells properties over here, I can choose above over here, and that goes really up and decently up enough to show my values correctly. And my totals are ready. All I need is formatting now, clearing this total from here, click the legend once and again to select total and delete that. So let us now try to format this again. The format was applied earlier, so we can apply the same format over here. Select the labels here, go to format, find the shape style, this should be good. Go to the second one and try it again over here. Apply this again. This can be applied over here. And now we can set the font color to white for the entire chart, because the selection of the chart has been made over here. So we can simply apply white font over here, and that applies to all. Click on this, re-click this, and delete the total from here, and we are done. Now this works absolutely fine. 40, 100, 140. So if I change that value here, for example, to 80, for example, this goes down and works absolutely fine. So this is a stack chart with total over here. Next example, and now we try the pie chart over here. If I select a cell in the table, for example, and try the pie chart over here, insert pie chart, this shows me a white chart over here because it takes the total also from here. So I must do a selection in this case, like this, then insert the chart like this. This becomes fairly good. Position it again according to the requirement. Fine. This is fairly simple. We can simply go in for the data labels over here. Open data labels, go for more options. Apply the category name, value and percentage, and put that outside end. And because we've got the legend entries also available over here, we can clear these entries from here. And the format page also can be closed. All we need is formatting now along with the total. So we can go to the shapes over here, open the shape, pick up the shape I used earlier, apply that here, and use the same method as we applied for the chart title earlier, equal to, and the total here, and press enter. The total comes in over here. So again I go to the format, apply some format over here. The format is selected, apply white cells, that's fine. These can be, for example, done with the borders over here, which is white border. That works fine. and these borders can be cleared to look better. No outline. Data series can be taken to 5% of explosion. That will look nice. Enter. That's fine. So that's how we get that. Let's try to change the values over here. South 90 and total 300. South 90, let's make it 100. This should become 310 and this should become 100 over here. 100 and 310. Enter. That's a change. Let's try the north entry now. North is 70. Let's make it 60 now. 60, and this should be a smaller value. 310 should be 300. So I'll make a change, press enter. This is 60 and this is 300. So we are done with the totals over here. For the pie chart, for the column chart, and for the stack chart also. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you.